what's up, guys? Welcome to Sideline Sports, Bay Area Sports Talk. This is Trevor Beckman. I'm your host. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. And today we're talking more about the Brandon Aijuk saga and what's coming up with the trade with the Steelers. So the latest news is that Brandon Aijuk and the Niners and the Steelers have a deal on the table. The Steelers are happy with their offer, and it looks like Brandon Aijuk is maybe not signing off on it. He hasn't signed anything yet, and the Niners have not signed off on this deal yet. I don't know which players are included in this deal and how much money the Steelers are offering Brandon Aijuk. So let's talk about Aijuk first of all. First of all, this deal has been on the table now for a couple of days, we know for sure. And also, the Niners have not accepted this deal, and Aijuk hasn't accepted this deal yet either. Now, Aijuk says that he wants the Niners to match what the Steelers have offered. If the Niners can match what the Steelers have offered, Aijuk will sign with the Niners and he'll stay there long term. Option number two is that the Niners accept the deal from the Steelers and they send Aijuk to the Steelers for whatever it is the Steelers want to send back. Now, there are a couple of rumors. One is that the Niners are asking for draft picks so that they can move those draft picks off to another team for a star wide receiver, because the Niners are in win now mode. They don't need draft picks as much as they need a star on their side. So option number two, they send Aijuk out. Actually, there's going to be three options here. They send Aijuk out, they get draft picks, they move those draft picks to another team for a wide receiver, a star wide receiver preferably, and they sign that wide receiver to a deal. Option number three is that they move Aijuk, but they get something in return for the Steelers, and that, to me, seems like the more likely scenario if they move Brandon Aijuk. So, who are we talking about? We're talking about Minka Fitzpatrick, maybe, the safety, Kyle Anderson, the backup quarterback, or George Pickens, the wide receiver, most likely. I would be thinking they'd be asking for George Pickens because they need, obviously, another wide receiver if they move Aijuk. Now, also, we have a defensive side of the ball. The Niners are a little bit weak in some areas, and they might be asking for a defensive tackle because I know that the Steelers have a pretty good defensive tackle on their side, too, that they might want to ask for. However, it has been a few days. The offer has been there. The Niners have not accepted that offer, and I think that means one of a couple things. Either Aijuk is just playing games and he just is trying to get the most money out of the Steelers that he can, the Niners that he can get, which is what I personally believe, or the deal that the Steelers have given to the 49ers is not good enough for them to sign off on sending Aijuk to the Steelers, okay? And like I said before, the Niners have all of the leverage here. They don't need to move Aijuk. Aijuk is on his 5th year, on the 5-year contract, basically, with the 5th-year option. I mean, he has a 5th-year option, which means they don't have to sign him this year, and they could even franchise him next year if they really wanted to. So Aijuk doesn't have any leverage here, and the deal sounds to me like it's not quite good enough for the Niners to say yes to, but we don't know. Let's see where it goes. I do think that Aijuk is just trying to play for the best deal he can get from the 49ers and stay with the 49ers. I know he moved his family here. His kids go to school here. He has a home here. This is where he lives. I really think he wants to stay here, and he just wants to get paid what he thinks he should get paid. And again, that's up for debate on what you think he's worth. Again, like before I said in my last video, he might be asking for upwards of $31 million, $32 million, $30 million max or minimum amount for him. I think the Niners should meet somewhere in the middle, because I think they're offering 27 or so, 28 maybe. I think 29 would probably get the deal done, but I don't know. But I think that's a fair offer. Anywhere between 28 and 29 million a year seems like a good deal. So I don't know where it's going to go, if he's going to get traded or if the Niners are going to work it out, but I still feel like there's a good possibility Aijuk will stay on the Niners. There is no way a team that is going for a Super Bowl is going to give up their number one wide receiver in a year where they're primed to go to the Super Bowl. It just doesn't make any sense. There's no other team that would do that. I mean, if you imagined any other team with a star wide receiver ready to go to the Super Bowl, what if when the Rams went to the Super Bowl that year they traded Cooper Kupp because he wasn't happy? Well, that would have been a big problem for the Rams, right? And it doesn't make sense. You would sign that guy, get it done, figure out a way to get it done, right? And I think that's what the Niners just need to do in this situation. If they move off of Aijuk, it will, I think, be a big mistake unless they get a haul in return for him, then maybe not. But I don't think they're getting that. I don't think the offer has been there. Even if Ayuk and behind the scenes has said already, I like this deal and I'll sign it today to go be a Steeler, the Niners still have to sign off on it. It has to be a good deal for the Niners. And my guess is it's not a good deal for the Niners, and they're just holding off and saying, no, we're going to try and get a deal done with Ayuk here and keep him here. But who knows? I do think it's going to happen sooner than later. It could happen a couple days. It could happen within the week. But I know with the Niners already in preseason games happening, preseason training camp, Ayuk's not there, not doing anything, holding out. I think they want to get this done right away and get him in there and get some reps and get some action and get ready for the season to start if he's going to be a Niner. And I do think because it's lasted this long, that the Niners don't have any intention of trading him, because I think that they really were going to move off of him. I think they probably would have done it by now. I really do. So my intuition is he stays a Niner and they figure out how to get the deal done soon. Again, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, we'll come back on here and I'll apologize and say, you know what, I was wrong. He's a Steeler, or he went to some other team, and we'll analyze how that deal worked out and whether it was a good deal for the Niners or not. But we'll see. That's the latest today. It's still in the running with the Steelers with the deal and with the Niners, and it's just a weird, funky kind of a way to go about trying to get a deal done. I feel like this whole saga, this whole circus, but I think the circus is going to be over soon. So hit the like, hit the subscribe again, please. I need subscribers. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next one.